I love to be popular. Well, I don't think I'm going to be when I go live. I always get trolled, don't I? Oh well, I suppose it's a case of they love to hate. Never mind, Andy's here. He'll give me a bit of support, won't you, Andrew? Speak to Mandy. Come on, Andy. Go on, I'll let you go out to your flat, didn't I? And go live for a bit of time. Shouldn't have really, because the police don't like you going out by yourself. He's not to be trusted, is he, Bob? Still, I don't think we're going to need to put the sleeping pills in his pot noodle because he's tired out. Oh shit. All that running around, didn't it? He had to get home, didn't he, to get his Amazon delivery. It's actually quite a change for him, to have a normal delivery and not them ridiculous dresses of his. I mean, fancy a grown man wearing dresses. I mean, it don't figure, does it, Bob? Eh? No. Don't look at me like that, Bob. Eh? God, you can't get the stuff. Right. Now, can't be a long one, because regular viewers know that I've got a big shift tomorrow. Well, I'm not blocking you, am I, Andrew? Well, you never let me on your fucking show, so fuck yeah. No, I've got a long shift tomorrow. 9 hours, so I've got to keep this one show. What were it last time, Bob? Hey? It was nearly 6 hours last time. I was talking a load of... Who were in? Was it Jay? I felt sorry for Jay. It was just me, you and Jay, and you'd gone to sleep. Yeah, it was booze. It's all gone. I said to Kat, didn't I? I said, look, I'm never going to be drinking while I'm going live. I'll be drinking every other day. I've got a libation now and again, but not while I'm going, not a live libation. I've got empty bottles everywhere. I've still got the amaretto. Well, what Bob don't know is I've got a tiny little bit in the Glenfiddich bottle, but that's for emergencies. Do you know, in case Andy gets on my tits. And he likes to, if he gets the opportunity. No, well, how are you? I'm a long way from home. Hold on, let me get my ocular device. Yeah, exactly. You're not wrong. I hope it's Mandy. Hey? So many accounts around just lately. I like candy though. And I'm getting partial to Bambi as well, I love to meet them. We could go on a girls' night out. Shut the fuck up, Bob. You're not invited anyway. My name is Ben and I'm scared. Yeah, I would be, mate. Who sent the letter to Andy? How did I know that question was coming up? It wasn't me. Gold lettering? How much did that cost? A gold pen? Don't know. Wasn't me. Honestly, if it were me, I'll tell you. I have sent him a Valentine's card. I mentioned that in the last one. It's bloody belated, though. Not that I fancy the fucker. I mean, he is my brother. Well, half-brother. But, I just don't like to see him upset crying into his cowpack, so I sent him one, And I sent it from Stella Castor, the Walker family, Mind you, I think it was all in the same handwriting, so but he's not that bright, is he? He's not that bright. You're not that bright, are you, Andrew? Hey? He's tired out. He's tired out, bless him. Did you see him? Did you see him go live? 10 fucking days. Was it 10 or 11 days in the making, that? I thought he died. I was getting worried. I was going to try and entice him out of his flat, you know what I mean? With a cow patch on the end of a fishing line. But all of a sudden, he popped up. A friend of mine who like follows him, you know, not like a stalker, but on Discord, they said that he's been on there like quite irate, which he always is, isn't he, to be fair? No. Anyway. Yeah, I was quite surprised that he'd got, you know, a fairly sensible gift. Well, I say a gift, you know what I mean? He's paid for it, but then again, that's a loose term and all, isn't it? You ain't really paid for fuck all, have you, Andrew? Thanks for you. What the hell? Yeah. I know what you're saying. Hi, Ducky. See, Ducky's back. And not through any fault of her own, but through my sausage fingers. Yeah, what can I say, Ducky, eh? Do you know, I wish I'd got Cockaleaky in here now. Lily won't come in here. She gets bored. She starts scratching at the door, do you know? And if one of the other flat members has an Uber Eats delivered, that's it. She's like howling for the moon. She'll do anything. She's a bin raider. I remember I came downstairs once because there's like a communal kitchen, and she'd been bin raiding, and there was like just an orange circle round her snout. Do you know what I mean? It was quite nice to see in a way, because she used to have a lot of colour in the face, and now she's all bleached white. You see. Anyway. Yeah, you just sit there. You just sit there, Andy. Get your breath back. Yeah, he's been to his sex dungeon in Sigget Street, you know, to collect. Do you know, he quite annoyed me. Quite rude to me, I thought. Yeah, because, you know, the kids are still out of school, aren't they? Still on holiday. So, by rights, he shouldn't be out of this flat, you know. The police are trusting me to keep an eye on him. Well, like I say, most of the time I crush up, you know, sleeping tablets or anything like Lemsip. You know, anything just to like knock him out. But, yeah, he managed to make it back. You know, out of handcuffs, thankfully. Yeah, what's that song you like to sing, Andrew? I'm going to have to do it for him, because he's a wit fairies, you know. Oh, what's it? Who did it? Was it that Katie What's-her-face? I touched the underage girls and I liked it more than a sticky cow pat. I mean, it's a terrible song, but you know, he loves them lyrics. I say you're paraphrasing there, Andrew, to suit yourself. Oh, he's filthy. Well, I hope everyone's having a good time. I know I am. Although I am sober. It's a bit of a novelty, isn't it, Bob? Hey, I don't know how I'm going to last this one. That's why I'm keeping it short. I'll be gasping. Because a lot of people out there don't realise this is a mask, you know. They think, oh, that's a very sexy looking person. Wonder if she's had Botox. Oh no. I have to shatter the illusion, I'm afraid. Yeah, well, you know, I think it was 10 days that my brother Andrew, he hasn't done anything. I mean, that's good value for money if you're subscribed, isn't it? 10 days. And 10 days in the making, you know. And I think he banned a few people. Oh, and he slagged me and Wandy off. He's always slagging Wandy off. And he said, did you see that thing he got? It's like, why does he buy these things? I have no idea. You know. What is it? It's like an artificial arm, isn't it? It's an artificial arm. He puts his speaker on. I mean, as if he needs a speaker. He's always shouting, isn't he? You know, it's like one of those old ladies at the bus shelter, waiting for the bus at rain, you know. And she's got a newfangled mobile phone, and she thinks she has to shout into it. Yes, Daryl, I'll be home. I'll be home. I'm outside Marks and Spencer's. I've got the cabbage. You know, he doesn't need a speaker shouting all the time, especially when he's having a meltdown. And we know he has a lot of them. Yeah, he's crazy, isn't he? Actually, yeah, like I say, that artificial arm, I don't know how much it cost him. He's been very cagey about that, isn't he? I mean, he goes, I don't know if you watched it, but he says, oh yes, I've only got it to make Mandy jealous. That's the only reason I've got it. Really? Has he seen my production values? I don't really care, do you know what I mean? But I thought I'd take him up on challenge. You know what I'm like? I'm competitive, ain't I, Bob? Okay. I soaked my conkers in vinegar, I did. I mean, not now, but when I was, at school, just to get them really tough. And then I put varnish on them, do you know what I mean? Sometimes broken glass if I didn't like the other girls. Oh yeah, very competitive, but look, he said, Mandy will never be able to afford one of these. Well, look at this. What the fuck is that? Eh? And it's extendable. It's got a better reach than his has. What's that? Now that's a microphone par excellence, isn't it? Germany calling, Germany calling. Okay? How about that? You know when the glam rockers did that? Bowie did that a lot, didn't he? Lean forward into it like that. Hey, baby. Oh, Chantel lace upon her face, a hairy tail, a hanging down. They're not the lyrics, are they, Bob? It's a bit insulting if they are. Anyhow, there you go, see? That's a bespoke one, that is. None of your Amazon shite. This 100% Mandy. I should be on Dragon's Den with this. Look at that. You just plop your thing in there, see? Actually, that'd be a good drinks dispenser if I wasn't going sober. Look at that. Look at that. Good, isn't it? Do you know, though, he said Mandy can't afford it anyway. Hey. Well, on my humble wages, he's probably got a point. But I will point out that our noble Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, do you know, he takes a hell of a lot of tax out of my wage packet every month. And, do you know, it's nice to know that he's spending it wisely. Do you know, giving all my hard-earned tax money to like a balding nonce with a big fat beer belly, just so we can get like extra large read all about it dresses from the Disney store that don't even fit an elephant, let alone him. And yeah, an extendable arm. An extendable arm, you know, it's a bit like that one General Grievous has got. I mean, he's got a load of them, hasn't he? You know, dueling lightsabers. Yeah. Yeah, so it's nice to know Keir Starmer's like using my money to like, you know, I uphold his right to, why not? Who am I to criticise, eh? So there you go. If life gives you lemons, make lemonade. That's what I say. Or make your own microphone stand thing. Of course, Andrew, he ain't going to just use it for that, you know that. He's going to use it like a hands-free thing. What have we got here? He's going to use it as a hands-free device. It's all right. I always get distracted. Have you noticed that? Yeah. He's going to use it as a hands-free device. Oh, fuck it, I've lost it. Anyway. Oh, no, I found it again. This is what I'm like when I'm sober. See? I'm not chillaxed. Ooh, I'm a bag of nerves. Anyway, what he's going to do, he's going to prop his little cow pat on the top like that. And he can nibble around it, just move his head around it like, you see, you know, you see like gerbils drinking at one of them fountains, and it's just, look that one thing, you know, and he's going to just nibble around it like that, or like that maybe. Leaves his hands free, you see, to do unmentionable things to himself. Usually when he's watching inappropriate videos. Do you know, people who've just come in and they don't know anything about my channel, or my brother, or what I'm referencing, they're going to say, what the hell's he on about? Well, check out my brother, Sgl Pro Gaming, do you know, he'll get a kick out of that. Yeah, you know, leaves him hands free, so he can chug that piss water cider with the one hand, and yeah, do something he shouldn't with the other. He's always doing something he shouldn't. How's everybody? Here's me waffling on, eh? Well, I'm trying to get it all in, do you know what I mean? Bet you've heard that a few times, haven't you, Bob? Trying to get it all in, eh? Well, you know, while I've still got the time, there's a neighbour's bang on the wall, you know. But I'm a bit loud, isn't I? Oh, this is one of my faults, this is. I never read as much as I should. Is that a mask? No, it's not. Do you know, either they're not paying attention or they're coming late. I know it's sarcastic, but still it's funny, isn't it? Left a dislike for slandering the Andrew Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, well, do you know what I mean? He's come in from beyond the grave. Jeffrey Epstein's here. Yeah. Jeffrey Epstein, was he 67? Dirty bugger. Left a dislike for slandering the Andrew Walker. Yeah, well, I choose your friends wisely, mate. What can I say? With a call sign of Epstein, I think that says everything about you, my friend. Never mind. That's another fish to fry, isn't it? Someone else will have to go and troll him, won't they? I'm too busy, mate. I'll go look after my brother. Anyway, like I say, I have got. Get your insults in quick because we're running low. Look. See, technology. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Mandy. What did Andy's letter say? Everyone thinks I sent him that letter. I didn't know we could send in fan mail. Hey, you can send him whatever you like. Hot sauce. You'll have that even if you don't like it. You know, cow pats. Indecent images, you name it, he'll love it. You know that, you know him well enough. Anyway, you know, I don't know what was in letter. It wasn't me that sent it. I have sent him a card, but second class, come on. I'm not going to go first class, am I? I was thinking of just posting it through his letterbox, but I thought better of it. Do you know what I mean? It's a dirty letterbox, to be fair. You don't clean it. There's all sorts of cow shit around that. Anyway, well, I hope everyone's having a good time. Enjoy it while you can, I say. Hey, Bob. You see, this is the moment now. This is the part of the proceedings that I would normally have a drink. But I'm not going to. I have vowed not to. I mean, look at this. We've got the big, I mean, that martini is empty. I think that was the, wasn't that the New Year's Eve special? Special news. No, look. We've still got stuff in that, but I keep that for emergency's sake. You know, Andy likes it. That's his chugging bottle, that. You've seen him at both hands, like at Babby. Yeah. It's actually not Aldi or Lidl or any of that. This is from Asda. It's 5%. That's not bad, is it, that? Looks like piss though. Is the problem with having a mask on? Is that a mask, Bob? Am I wearing a mask? The problem with possibly wearing a mask is you can't see where to put things down, you know what I'm saying? Oh yes, anyway. I mean, Andrew, right, is always getting himself into trouble. You probably know. I mean, you know him better than I do these days. He never that. He very often comes round. It's only because he has to, because the police have told him he's got to be here. He's got one of them tags on his ankle, you know. But they don't want it back because it's covered in cow shit. He likes, like, you know, wading through the cow slur. He turns him on, as you know, think or feel, yeah. I'm selling on to the Arabs here. These guys already know all this, you know. They love him anyway. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, each to their own. We do live in a democracy. What can I say? It's a love-hate, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You love him, I hate him. No, it's not true. I love to hate him. There's a slight difference. I don't think there's a drastic one. But yeah. Anyway, is anyone drinking anything? You don't want to watch this sober. There's no laughs here. Not many insults, to be fair. Well, there might be a few coming from you, but not from my side. I wouldn't insult my brother, stroke half brother. It's not in my nature, that. Terrible thing to say. Slander. Vicious slander, as Andrew likes to say. You know, I must do something with my hair. It's getting dead greasy. Yeah, Andrew, he's got banned from Huddersfield Park, you know, the municipal park. Yeah, he was naked in the bushes. He was naked in the bushes, right? And he'd got some super glue. Could have been Pritt stick, you know. And he just smeared it all over his buttocks. Now, they're not much buttocks there, to be fair. Have you seen him twerking? He's got the flattest arse in Huddersfield. But anyway, so he super glued loads of white feathers over his buttocks, right? And stuck his arse through the bush. Now, his idea was that he was hoping some, like, little kiddies would come along and, like, you know, finger some bread crusts up his poo hole. Because he's a bit weird, isn't he? What do you know that? I'm not telling you anything you don't know. And if you don't know, you should know. Do your research. Yeah. So the park keeper took exception to that one, do you know what I mean? It's quite clever, though. He was able to, like, do a quack noise like Donald Duck every time he farted. You know, which is a talent. I mean, isn't Britain's Got No Talent coming back on this weekend, isn't he? He might even be on it, you know, because he did disappear for about 10 days, didn't he? Well, he did, though, didn't he, Bob? Perhaps he was going through the audition. Perhaps he made it to the final. You never know, do you? Yeah. You see, there's a lot of, you know, like Bill Oddie used to be in the Goodies, probably before all these guys' time. But yeah, you know, in the 70s. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so all the bird spotters, the ornithologists, you know what I mean? They were quite excited. They thought it were like a very rare, flat-faced duck with halitosis. Do you know, I mean, I dare say they exist. He got chased out of the park anyway. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. No, I'm not going for a drink, Bob. Oh. Can we do something about that? It will come to... Oh, I'm just reading some of them over here because my screen's bigger. Can't insult someone with such a fashionable beard as yours. Hey, that's a good point, Matt. I'll keep it trimmed, mate, you know. Collars and cuffs. Jeffrey Epstein's in. Do you know, of all the famous people or infamous people, do you know, in the underworld or in the dark realm to come through, we have to get Jeffrey Epstein, don't we? Everywhere. Is that an Oscar in the background? Oh, it's a bit like Macbeth, isn't it? Is that a dagger I see before me? It is, actually. I'll not tell you why I won it. I might just have sucked off an actor, do you know what I mean, to get it? You don't know, do you? Could have been Anthony Hopkins. I don't think he's been to Huddersfield, though. Andrew was saying he has a great setup but he could at least stretch to some fairy lights, a disco. Do you know, I want a disco ball. I don't know where to put it, though, do you know what I mean? If you're going to get a disco ball, it's got to rotate, hasn't it? I mean, we've got quite a high ceiling in it, as you've probably seen. Easier on the eye, eh? Well, I've often said, you know, that green shower curtain, it would look better over his face, wouldn't it? Anyway, I am coming back. I had to make a slight adjustment. I'll not tell you where. It's a family show. Yeah, but like I say, so if anyone, I know we're a long way from, I know Easter's closer than Christmas. Right. Shut up, Bob. I've got a calendar, I know how to fucking use it. So, you know, this could be used for more things than just putting your phone in or having a speaker or whatever it is he uses. You could put little nuts in it and feed the birds, bird feeder. You know, and if you skint like I am all the time, well, you know, fashion don't come cheap, love. You know, when I'm at my dinner break in Primark, you know, in Huddersfield High Street. Oh, I've already said this in the last one. I ain't got time, you know, really, to have my nails done or out. So what I could do is I could just like lower that down to street level. Feel free to put some money in it. Sound like my brother now. Feel free to donate. But do you know what I mean? I could do that and rattle it around. Just put a couple of buttons in, do you know what I mean? And people think it's real cash. Yeah, so it's like a begging device, isn't it? Well, if you know someone who's very tall, do you know someone who's very tall? You know, it's not a rhetorical question, that, Bob. Anyhow. I mean, my brother's tall. He's about 6'3", isn't he? It's very tall for a nonce. I always used to think they were quite short guys in raincoats. That's progress, I suppose. Yeah, but if you know a tall guy, you could just like lift it up. And he could piss in it, couldn't he? And of course, if it's a bad aim, like Bob is, it'll all go down the shaft and in your face. Golden showers, they call them, you know. My brother knows all about that. Anyway, I hope everyone's fine. You won't be at the end of this. Your little fingers will be tired out. Oh, good night. Oh, he didn't last long, did he? I agree with Scribble. Oh, I bet Scribble said something nasty. I don't know. Never heard of Scribble before. I mean, I heard about scribbling. I mean, that's what my brother does a lot, you know. Toilet doors. Well, he's got to have a dating site somehow, isn't he? Anyway, there you go. That's, I mean, I think my version's just as good as the one he's got off Amazon. But, you know, I think he was ripped. I think Postman Pat kept the real one. I think that one he's got's made out of, like, 4 black coat hangers. Just gaffer taped round a broom handle. It don't look right, does it? You know, and that thing on the end just looks like an empty ski yoghurt pot, doesn't it? See, there's a corner in the market there if anyone wants to like go for it. I don't know. Do you know, he's been here all week. Like I say, he had his day release just so he could like slag me and Mandy off and show his brilliant device and say I couldn't afford it. But yeah, I wish I could remember what I'm going to say next. Do you know what I mean? I'd be awful as a telesales me. Like I'd say, hello, would you interested in double glazing? And they'd say, how much would it cost? And I'd have completely forgot what I was selling. Do you know, I'd just be going like, oh, what's the weather like near you? Is it nice? Well, you know. Hey, talking of which, when I were at work today, now I don't normally say this, I'm not going to say names because I don't know his name. But he was a very tall, distinguished looking gent, right? Very well, smartly presented. Now you'd think he was like the director of ICI. Silver hair, you know, all swept back like Stuart Granger. And anyway, he come over and he said, oh, how much are them jam tarts? And I said, well, I think they're £1.50. You know, I'm very knowledgeable like that because I read like the little SDL on the edge. And he said they're for my wife. So I don't judge. I mean, perhaps he's got a fetish for jam tarts. It's up to him, isn't it? Anyway, I said, which is your wife's favourite colour? Because I like the black currant one. I think it's tartar. Do you know what I mean? Not tartar sauce, Bob. Can you imagine that? Filled with tartar sauce like a seagull shit. Not nice. No, I said I like the black currant ones. And I know someone here likes the what's that one in the middle? Is it apricot? It's apricot. Someone in here always has the apricot and licks the jam out, leaves the pastry case. And he goes, oh no, I don't have the ones. And I went, oh okay. He says, I don't have anything. And I went, oh okay. Now bearing in mind, it's a busy shop. And I'm thinking, steady, do you know what I mean? But he was of a certain age, so I was letting it go. And then he told me this, a joke I hadn't heard since the 70s, and that were on TV, right? Because TV was a lot more lax in those days. There weren't the guidelines that there are now. And he said it as if like, he was really proud that he'd said it, he delivered it, do you know what I mean? And I thought, good grief. And I said to him, did you used to watch like that 70s show, the comedians? Now they used to have all that, they're really racist and homophobic and, you know, like a lot of the trolls that are in tonight. And, you know, a lot of them people. And he goes, oh no. He goes, I don't think so. He says, I may have caught one in passing. I thought, yeah, mate. You're not fooling me. That's where you get most of your source material from. But, you know, he wasn't letting on. And I said, yeah, but of course, the guy, one of the most famous ones, that was Bernard Manning. You probably don't know him or of him. But, you know, he was your quintessential guy. Racist and everything, you know. Like two fat ladies, a Mexican and Irishman, you know, that type of thing. And I said, but when he did this show called The Wheel Tappers and Shunters, and it was like a mock working man's club, they had real beer and they could smoke cigarettes. Remember that? Smoking cigarettes at pub, Bob, eh? And the carpet squelched with old beer. As soon as you went past the doorway of a pub, you could smell the fags and the muffled sound of the jukebox, eh? Playing Status Quo. Oh, shwaddy waddy, eh? Or mud, tiger feet. Anyway, that's neat. I really love your tiger feet. Yeah, that's it. Oh, stuck me back, that has. Anyhow, I was the same, but see, we're going off at a tangent here. But anyway, I says to him, do you know, when he was on that show hosting it, they had to rein him in. Not his humour. That was established. Do you know what I'm saying? That was allowed. That was. People forget, but it was to the forefront. And But I said, oh yeah, they reined him in the extent that he couldn't swear. I mean, I swear like buggering now, won't they? Especially on this channel. But all of a sudden he looked quite, well, indignant and a bit put out, really, as if I'd offended him. And he says, I have never sworn in my entire life. And I thought, well, that's admirable. But you are a racist prick. So I don't think really they balance out that well. I'd rather you say a few swear words, do you know what I mean? But there you go, each to their own. I don't know why I mentioned that, but it just happened, do you know what I mean? So I thought, why not? There's people out there. You need to know social commentary, isn't it? So you get it all on this show. Yeah, anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's the... So let's have a look at what anyone said. Sorry, don't mean to ignore you. Keep pushing, you're doing great and you deserve every bit of success coming your way. Oh, I'm a glutton for punishment, I won't worry about it. I'm still blocked on Andy's channel. Oxmells. I cry myself to sheep. Sheep. That was a slip of the tongue. Would be a slip of the tongue where Andy's concerned. Yeah, what makes me think he doesn't really sound that... Unfortunately, I can't donate. I like this guy, it's funny, isn't he? Unfortunately, I can't donate now. Why has he blocked you? That's a bit mean, isn't it? Why don't you just get a new account? Hey? Besides, I wouldn't worry about it. Someone was on there, wasn't there? And they said they were Keir Starmer. And he said, I don't believe you and all this. But he was quick to accept the £5 note, wasn't he? See? So I won't worry about it. If you say you're gonna, somehow you can get a friend of a friend to go on there and say, here, look, you blocked me. I'm going to give you a £5 or a £10. And how many likes did he want this time? He wanted 10,000, didn't he? Started off from 10 and it went straight up the roof. Well, ambition's a good thing, isn't it, after? I mean, he's the most successful nonce in Huddersfield, you know. Not many can say that. I mean, Yorkshire they can. I mean, Jimmy Savile, he was on my brother's side of the family, you know, his dad's side. Some people say Jimmy Savile, what's his dad? I don't know. I'd have to see the DNA, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's been sat on here so long, I'm going to need a spatula to get him off, really. Aren't I, Andy? Hey? Hey? Going to need a spatula. Who am I kidding? I'm going to need like one of those snow shovels. Do you know, I think because some days, obviously most days, he wears his rubber napper, his rubber incontinence napper. As you know. That's why his two carers come round. But not today. Today he's gone commando, just my luck. And I do think that he's going to leave like a little round stain, you know, like a coffee stain, a coffee cup stain, but it won't be coffee. It'll be shit, won't it? Don't know how you can remove that, to be honest. Must be some kind of bleach, Bob. Eh? I'll have to look it up. Maybe you lot know. Bleach to remove shit. Anyway, yeah, it's odd, you know, about snow shovel, because my brother, he got a snow shovel given to him on the one and only time he went for a job. Well, I want a job, it was work experience. Remember them YTS things back in the day? What were it? Six months. It's only 6 months. I don't think any fucker got a job at the end of it. Still, you know, Thatcher's Britain. But still, yeah, it was that. You'll never guess. Bet you will. It was at Huddersfield Zoo. A wildlife park. A farm with an extra fence around it. Do you know what I mean? A few exotic animals. You see, now you've experienced, viewers, My poltergeist. Now, regular viewers, I think it's Andy, you know. I think it's Andy. You see, you think he's asleep. Well, I think he's asleep, but perhaps he's not. Well, he's not blinking, but that don't say much. Yeah, so we got this job at Huddersfield. Are we on? Oh, Andy, I don't think Andy's on it. Oh, well, never mind. Oh, no, I'm going to turn that a bit. Turn it a bit. Yeah, I know all about technology, mate. Is he in yet? Can you see him? I can't see him. Going well, this, isn't it? Yeah. Let's put that behind it. Let's balance it on the end. Like Andy balances one of his cowpats on the end of his mini penis. Hey, do you know, we've got 13 people in chat now. That's odd, isn't it? Because all this weird shit's happening. And they say 13's an unlucky number for some. Let's turn her around a bit. So I can't see my octopus. I mean, it's not a great loss, I know, but you don't buy an octopus and not show it, do you? Oh, there she is. I think we're going to have to do without Andy in the shot. I know it's upset his fans. Oh well, sorry Andrew. You're going to have to live without the fame for one night anyway. Well, he's been on his own show, isn't he? Don't see why he should be on mine. I'm going to have to sit on this instead. Oh, manners. I bet you've never seen this bit, do you, have you? See, exclusive. Didn't think you'd get that, did you? Anyway, yeah, so we got this job in the zoo. It was only like a trial, do you know what I mean? But the reason he got it was because, well, he seemed to like the smell of shite. And that's when he went to the interview, they thought, hey, this lad's doing a bit in his spare time. Do you know what I mean? He's covered in shit already. But we'll have him, like, you know, mucking out all the giraffes and the elephants and stuff like that. And so they did. Give him a big snow shovel. He was beside himself. But trouble was, I swear down he brought more cow shit into the zoo than any shit that he took out. You know what I mean? Just dripping off him. But there you go. You know, the life of the rich and famous. They didn't mind, actually, you know, him taking shit home. They gave him a wheelbarrow. Didn't care what he did with it, to be fair. Did you ever see Close Encounters? You know, when Richard Dreyfuss, well, not the actor, you know, the character he played, he made that massive big model out of mashed potato of that monument, you know, the flat top man-made mountain in America. Well, I don't know what kind of mashed potatoes he was fucking using. I mean, I've been to Carvery and quite often it's quite sloppy, do you know what I mean? Sometimes it has lumps in it. But by and large, I couldn't make a massive big tabletop model of a mountain out of my mash. Do you know they stopped selling packet smash? You know, we peel them with our metal knives. I haven't seen that for ages. There you go. Perhaps you need to do your own research on that one. Tell me if you've seen it anyway. I love that shite. They used to do it with cheese as well. Funny, isn't it? I wonder who decided to discontinue that. But anyway, so he was taking it home and just like amassing a huge big pile. You're like a human dung beetle, you know, of out of camel shit, lion shit, you know, hyena shit. Well, you know, you can add in the blanks. Oh yeah, he loved that end of the job. Trouble was, one morning they found a zebra that was dead. And if it had expired from heart attack or something, it wouldn't be so bad. But it had been fisted to death right up arse. And I thought, well, who's likely to do that? And on the grainy, not the gravy, but the grainy CCTV footage, I could just about discern a balding, beer-bellied ape, a proper knuckle dragger, do you know what I mean? Weirdly enough, in a dress, making its way to the zebra enclosure, the compound. And I thought, there's only one gorilla, and he is a balding bastard, getting on in years. So they put him in solitary confinement. Wasn't even him, it was my brother. Shagged the fucking thing to death. So they locked him up, right? Then I needed someone to fill in as a standing gorilla, So I took one look at my brother. Come on. I mean, there's no animal on earth that's uglier than my brother. But I thought, hey, we won't need a costume at least, do you know what I mean? It's a freak show. People pay to see this bastard. So I just took him, all his clothes off him, set him up with a bunch of bananas and a rubber tyre on a fucking rope. Well, at least he can handle that, If it's anything else, he needs his carers in to set it up for him, doesn't he? But I think he can just about climb into a rubber ring, I think. I haven't seen him do it lately. But problem was, every night, this is like an Agatha Christie novel, every night another animal would be found dead, rogered right royally up the arse, horrible death. And I thought, well, it couldn't be Gus the gorilla. He's already locked up. It's quite a big mystery, you see. But they said, look, Andrew, we'll give you a few more piles of shite to take home and a sack to go with it if you stand in for all the other animals. Now, I came into my fore here because, as you know, I'm quite adept at making paper mache masks. So I made one of a lion, one of a zebra, all the entire cast, and, of Noah's Ark. I only had to do the one, not 2 by 2. And anyhow, it was hard work for Andrew because he's a lazy bastard, as you know. He sure was willing to begin with, and he can't be arsed. And, oh shit, I'm right on the edge here, I'm going to have to do something about that camera angle. But, the zoo guy says to me, look, Mandy, you're going to have to do something to motivate him, or he's get the push. And I thought, bloody hell no, this is keeping him off the streets and out of our house. So I've got some laxatives. I shouldn't be telling him this while he's here. Got some laxatives, and I put it in his mango homebrew and his pot noodle, which he loves. And that were it. So what we did, the management and me, we put some rubber nappies and some Sudocrem in each of the animals' enclosures. So once his nappy got fit to burst and he got all chapped and sore, he would run from the one pen to the next. Now, it was a perfect solution. It lasted for a few days, to be fair. But he got to the one, I think it was the last but one enclosure. We'd run out at Sudocrem and nappies, and he was there, didn't know what to do with himself. So out of desperation, to be fair, he just ripped his nappy off, because it was like, cack full of cack. And he wiped his arse on an anteater. You think, well, that's cruel, but except there was a school party in, do you know what I mean? And, they're still seeking therapy now, so he definitely got the push from them. You see, that could have been a career for him. A perfect job. It's like Seaside Mark, I've always thought Seaside Mark, the perfect job for him would be to work in a fish market, because some days he smells of fish and some days he smells of shit. The problem with Seaside Mark is the days he doesn't smell a fish, but he smells of shit. What's he going to do? Can't keep having a day off, can you? There you go. Good I'll waffle on. Do you like crisps, Bob? What's your favourite flavour? Hey? Worcestershire sauce. Oh, yeah, that's posh. I like prawn cocktail. They tried to ban them, didn't they? The EU. So there were too many E numbers in them. Well, that's better. We're at the back now. That's how the way it should have been. Yeah, but you know when flamingos, they go pink, don't they? Because of what they eat. So the funny thing is, I eat lots of prawn cocktail crisps, but I don't go pink apart from in the parts that you should go pink, if you know what I'm saying. One in the pinky, one in the stinky. Okay. So I don't understand that. Doesn't figure, does it? Anyway, gotta say, you know Sir David Attenborough, because he loves his animals, doesn't he? Maybe a bit too much. But he's banned from Huddersfield Zoo, you know, because in the early days when my brother was working there as the gorilla, or the standing one, he just happened to be passing and he likes gorillas. And he thought, oh, look at that gorilla there. It's time for his lunch. And you noticed he was eating pot noodle and drinking cider. He was outraged. He wrote to all the papers in Huddersfield and said, I'm having this place shut down. Don't you know about nutrition for animals, for God's sake? But anyway, they ignored him, they banned him. Do you know what I mean? Frog marched him out. And he come back in the night with some petrol, tried to set fire to the ticket office. Yeah, life bans for David Attenborough's got. You mention gorillas and fucking Huddersfield Zoo. Ooh, veins come up out on his neck, you know. He's livid. Yeah, mash and gravy, you see, you can't beat it, can you? Creep. You know, that's a good song, that. I do like Creep, don't you? I'm a creep. See me going in the open panel later on. We know what I'm talking about. The Smash Out adverts. Yeah, the Walker family genes are strong. I know what he's trying to say. Well, they are. You know, he takes the kicking and still keeps at it. You know, creep this, slave face. Oh, blimey, he don't type very fast, does it? It's like one word at a time, this guy. Do you know, I think you should just go for it, do a paragraph. Yeah. Tell you what we're going to do. Looking like a diva. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a diva, eh? Some of the best people in the world are divas. Well, we're not red. Can't tell if this guy's a troll or not. My troll alert's green. Wow. We're on the fence at the moment. I'm getting splinters. No, I ain't. See, the problem is they all say that, don't they? No. Well, enjoy yourself anyway. We don't ban anyone till later. You'll be all right for the next... what are we on anyway? Oh, yeah. We'll probably knock it on the head on the hour, you see. So you'll be all right. I'm a woman, bruv. Oh, no, by the way. Why are you called Mark Great Batch? Is that someone you... It's an odd name, isn't it, Mark Great Batch? I know Cumberbatch. I showed a picture of him yesterday, didn't I? Well, it wasn't yesterday, but you know what I mean. Anyway, Joe, I don't... Do you know, if we're not in the presence of trolls, you probably like this one. As long as you know what my brother's about. I don't know if you know what my brother's about. Sgl Pro Gaming. Yeah, scan that. It'll link you to everything you need to know, my friend. If you don't know already, but if you don't, you know what I'm saying? It's all in there. Hey, see, everything's stuck with blue tack in my house. Stroke flat. Careful, Bob. The sands of time, they run quickly, don't they? Yeah, so my brother, do you know those trainers you can get? I think kids wear them mainly. I don't think many adults do. But you know where they have like the lights in the sole and the light up when you're trying to stamp on ants. I mean, if you're a kid, you wouldn't do it as an adult unless you're an evil bastard. You'll never see Sir David Attenborough in it. Unless they were running up the inside of his leg, do you know what I mean? Because he wears them safari shorts, doesn't he? When he goes to the Sahara, you know, or Clacton or wherever on a sunny day, do you know what I mean? And then like the Red Army ants or whatever they're called, with the big pincers. Once one of those sinks their pincers into his bollock sack, I reckon he stamps on a few ants. Everyone's got their limit, haven't they? Anyway. Do you know, I've got a bit of sweat going into my eyeball. It's quite you might have gathered I'm a bit distracted. It's like stinging, man. Right. So, as I was saying, I was rudely interrupted by like a rivulet of sweat going into my eyeball. I've got it closed at the moment. I look like a pirate, you know what I mean? I'm not winking at you. But, so yeah, he's got these trainers and they light up. Now, he went out to Huddersfield Municipal Park in the dark. It's not going to be a poem. Because, like, you know, there's a lot of fruity people out in the dark, and he was thinking, well, I'll get a bit of action. He does it in the dark because he's so ugly. He wants to give himself, you know, a standing chance at least. And, yeah, so he was running, but because it was so dark, he went straight through some nettles, big bush of nettles, big verdant bush of nettles. Oh, he got stung from it. Shocking. Now, you try to find some dock leaves. Now, dock leaves are the perfect antidote to nettle rash. You probably know. It's one of those tips you picked up, isn't it? You know, for your mum and dad, your granddad, you know. When you go out with your little net on a bamboo pole to, you know, get tiddlers out of the canal. Anyway, you see a lot of, I used to say, they're like Jurassic plants, the dock leaves by the canal. And I think it's because all the water rats piss on them, you know. But anyway, so he waited until morning and he managed to get himself down to cut canal, so what we call a canal. And he grabbed all these dock leaves and rubbed himself all over. But because they were like soaked, marinated, some people would say, in water rat piss, it just stained him from balding head to size 14 feet in green leaf stain, you know what I mean? Verdigris and all that. And do you know what he looked like? Oddly enough, there was a bit of a tie in here. He looked like Fiona off Shrek, you know. Now, that's odd because he's got a Princess Fiona dress, hasn't he? Do I wonder if Princess Fiona smells of water rat piss? I reckon he does. I reckon she does. Getting confused myself now. I reckon she does, you know. Because I reckon Shrek, I reckon he ran off with the donkey. I thought the donkey had better personality anyway. He's a better singer anyway, wasn't he? Or was that just me? Might have to get a tissue in a minute. Stinging here. Paul, if Mandy gets 10,000 likes on this stream and 1 million subs, Mandy will have an heart attack, I tell you that. She will take the mask off. Boo selector. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah. Well, I'm not so sure I will. You know, I don't value I don't really value subs that much. I like my anonymity, to be fair. Do you know, I think it's funny because my brother, he put out his address, do you remember that? Oh, way back when. And his phone number. And it's haunted him ever since, unless he moves house, do you know what I mean? Everyone's going to know where he is. Yeah. And you know, you can say what you like about wearing a mask, but at the end of the day, you're insulting a mask. You're not insulting me. Who's behind the mask? You know, I could see you in BuzzFeed tomorrow. Like a Russian doll, that's true. I like those Russian dolls. They do them in different styles, don't they? They're not always ladies. They can be animals as well. They're very good. You love Bella. So beautiful. Hey. See, Bob. I don't care if they're being sarcastic or not. I don't care. I'm taking it. Hey. Has anyone called you beautiful, sarcastic or otherwise? Hey. I don't care if it's flippant, genuine or whatever. I'm having it, so there. See, you'll be queuing up at the butcher's, in the butcher's queue tomorrow for your sausages. And you know, they'll say, oh, Bob, you've got a nice tan today. Has anyone called you beautiful recently? And he'll go, no, they call Mandy beautiful. See? Think on. Anyway, we're not going to go on long because, as you know, I'm sober tonight. Pat will know what we're on about. I did feel bad, you know, when Jay was in, because he's given up the booze, hasn't he? And I'm not betraying the confidence, am I? Because he did say it live anyway. But you know what I mean. Could be anybody, couldn't it, Jay? But I did feel bad because I've sloshed. Long after you'd gone, we were here for God. I must have been another 2 hours. Sure it was, you know. It was near 6 hours. Now, I'd like to say it was 6 hours stunning, riveting, wondrous content, but unfortunately, I couldn't find the right book. Well, that's nothing new. I'd be a shit librarian. And then when I did find a book that was kind of what I wanted, I thought I'd got the right poem, and it wasn't, and it wasn't even a very good one, to be fair. That's the worst part of it. So I must have bored him out of his skull, because even I was finding it a bit, oh, this is a bit boring, this one. Then it was only about halfway through I realised it wasn't the one I was after, and I'd done this big, you know, I go waffling on. This was written by, you know, Billy Big Balls, because, you know, he loves sucking eggs. Do you know what I'm saying? In 1914, and you think, oh, really? Well, I did all that, but I did all that spiel. And then once I was about halfway down, I thought, oh, bloody hell, it's not even the right thing. I did find it, though, you know, on the membership of my days. It was, you know, it was near the front. Too many saviours on my cross. I don't know how it was right near the front. It was a good one, and I thought I did a good reading, you know, but I think he dropped off to sleep by this stage. In fact, I think he might have gone. Yeah, because you know what I'm like. I don't read these comments for about half an hour later. And he said, oh, great listening to you, but got to go. Do you know what I mean? I got about 3.5 hours sleep. I was up for work. And I walked in. But you can't rely on the bus service, you know. Anyway, I'm going to read some now. Oh, I don't know. Hold on. I might do. I've just got to readjust my mask. You see, they don't show you this on Who's Behind the Mask, do they? You know, because they get all sweaty, but you don't see that. I think they should have like a little fan in. Perhaps they do. You know, one of those little battery fans inside. Yeah. Where are you? Are you there? Oh, that's good. Now, I'm gonna mention something now. I was only told about this today, and you might be able to shed some light as to its authenticity. The person at work, they brought it up on their phone in the break time, I might add. You're not allowed phones when you're working. But have you ever heard of the cocaine bear? There's a movie about it, Cocaine Bear. It's a real thing, what was. It's dead now. Lady Bear. You see, the drug barons, the cartel, they decided to like get a plane, and I'm just going to look at my Rolex. No, we're all right. They got a plane, right, festooned with drugs, and they thought, well, we'll push it out, and then like the gang can come, you know, break through the undergrowth, through a clearing, jungle, and they can collect it. But this bear and a few other chums got to it first, and she got off the tits, I think. I mean, people observed her, and she was rubbing herself up trees. I mean, I know they do that anyway, but she was doing it manically, you know what I mean? Howling at the moon, or roaring, I suppose. And yeah, she did die of an overdose. Yeah, it's a cocaine bear. It's crazy, isn't it? But you know, we've got a lady called Crackhead Katie, and she'll do something similar. Oh, outside the off licence late at night, do you know what I mean? She rubs herself up the lamppost. Well, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know if anyone has come across that before. I mean, it's a bit, you know, something or nothing. But I told this before. I've seen Paddington 3. I didn't like it. I thought it was shite. I loved 1 and 2. 2's the best. Paddington 3 should never have been made. But you know, Cocaine Bear, now that'd have been a movie. I mean, Paddington Bear and his marmalade sandwiches, and Pooh Bear in his honey pot, and his poo sticks. Hey, we've all played poo sticks, haven't we? My brother plays it with real poo. But they're all lightweights compared to the Cocaine Bear. It is sad though, but I hope you know. I mean, I don't think she had withdrawal symptoms. I think there was loads of supply, do you know what I mean? And I don't think she was chopping it up, you know, into fine little lines and snorting it. I think she was just like eating it like it was sherbet or something. But there you go, look it up, you know. I mean, if Mandy's talking bollocks, tell me next time. I'm only going by what someone's told me. You know, a reliable source. Well, there you go. It's on the internet, so it's got to be true, isn't it? Eh? Everything you see on the internet can't be fiction, can't it? No, 100% true. So you find it. Oh, now, you know I come out with a load of bollocks. Come on, fair play. I do like elaborate a bit. This is actually true. I went to the library, right? You know, they still do exist in Starmer's Britain. They ain't shut down everything. And I noticed I was buying a couple of books. I mean, you know, when they got a book sale at library, it's brilliant, isn't it? You know, you get like about 5 books for £1. Anyway, I noticed this little brochure, little pamphlet, and it was about Shakespeare, and I thought, oh, okay, because I like seeing outdoor Shakespeare. Do you know what I mean? And the librarian was saying, oh, she saw me interest. And she goes, oh, you like that then, the prospect of that? And I went, yeah. I said, we saw the outdoor productions. She says, yeah, we did as well. I said, we saw Romeo and Juliet. And she said, I did as well. And I said, and I saw Hamlet. And she said, I did as well. And I thought, fuck me, do you know what I mean? It's like a game of top trumps, this is. But what it was if you go at about 7 p.m. on a certain night, they get these like principal players, do you know what I mean? And they would come in and they would just do excerpts from famous Shakespeare players. Well, most of them are famous, aren't they, to be fair? But I don't know if they say it requests, Bob. Probably do. Probably used to that. Oh, do you know this one? As You Like It, eh? Do you know any of As You Like It? And I thought, but the really good thing is they not only do that, they do a Q&A after, and they have a buffet, and expense is not an option. It's just slur. Do you know what I mean? Sausage on sticks. You have melon. You know them hedgehogs? The melon with like the cocktail sticks with cubes of cheese and pineapple. That type of bollocks. Do you know what I mean? So that was right up my street. So I'm going there next week. £2. I forgot to mention that. It's only £2. I mean, the food alone, I'm going to scoff all that. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to eat more than £2 worth. I'm terrible, you know. If I can like get into places, I can. So do you know, like if there's something going on in the library, like I don't know, some event, I'll hide in the Mills and Boons section. Do you know what I mean? With my face behind the book, and then as they're all the crowd's gathered, I might do that next week. You know, I might get there early, look at Mills and Boons like this, and then when someone when the room starts to fill up, I was going to say auditorium, but it sounds a bit grand, doesn't it, for a little library? I'm just going to mingle with crowd. I mean, I'm a good mingler. No, not a minger, Bob. Don't give them ammunition. Anyway, yeah, I'm a good mingler. Do you know, I can blame. I'm like a chameleon, me. So, you know, I'll just probably take me, you know, my thigh length boots in lilac mock leather with the fur trim. Well, faux fur, of course. But you know what I'm saying. So, yeah. I'm not going to have any tassels, am I? I'm not going to go that far. Well, there you go. So, has anyone got anything to say? Because I'm going to bore everyone's arseholes out now and do a bit of poetry. Sorry, you can all leave now. You have Mandy's permission. I'm going to say position then. Sounds lovely. I'm going to try and go to more cultural events this year. Definitely museums, as I love them. I know, you see, I mean, by and large, they're free, aren't they? And if you can donate to anything. I tell you what, though, a lot of ones in London, they have like, you know, like a little cafe. But oof, take your own sandwiches, love. Do you know what I mean? It'd be like £5 for a slice of chocolate cake. Just get a Swiss roll from Aldi. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know if I told you about this before. I might have done actually. I do repeat myself. You know, when you get to my age, that happens a lot. But anyway, like I say, the guy, the security guard, he was rummaging inside my belongings. Do you know what I mean? And I had everything in there. We've been to Travelodge. Yeah, I mean the previous time we went to Premier Inn. But you know, this time we did a Travelodge. It was a nice one at Euston. And I got my old knickers in and everything, do you know what I mean? Because we've been there about 3 days. And he was faking through like this. I thought, oof, get in. Yeah, he didn't say anything. Probably a perk of the job for that bastard, do you know what I mean? Anyway, if I can find my stuff, you know where I'm at, I can't find fuck all. Oh, it's just about to fall off. I'm not going to keep your cat. Honestly, I know it's bullshit a lot of the time, but that's not... It's not even the right book. Hold on. Look here. Look, see, look how close, look how similar they look. They're very similar, aren't they? So I've got a few, you know, told you this before. Because you know me by now, I love my books, but trying to find the right book. No, it's usually because I'm inebriated, but trying to find the right book's a nightmare. So, you know, take the mask off and you'll be able to see better. So I have this internal monologue with myself all the time. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to read it with this on. We'll try our best. Oh! Well, we'll do some of this first, and then I've got a special one for Kat. Bear with me, because I can't see bugger all with this on. Is everyone having a nice time tonight? And we're not watching me, but I mean just in general, you know. Now, you know, how many times, Kat, have I said to you, we're going to read some Dylan Thomas, and I always give you like a little excerpt and never do the old shebang. Double Eight's Auden as well. I said that, I remember, do you know, I looked back on it, and I got the book down, didn't I? And I said, oh, let's do some Auden, right? And I waffled on and waffled on. I put the book back and got something else. Do you remember? I can actually read it. Never mind. I've got a Double H Auden one in. It's not Stop the Clocks. Everyone knows that one, don't they? And why not? It's wonderful. Do you know, it's like looking, it's like read a book with through a keyhole. So I'm going to take the mask off, all right? Now don't get excited. I might have another mask. I wasn't going to do it this way. I didn't realise my hole's too small when it's that close. I mean, I could just about see it. I could probably do it like that. I'm going to do it like this. Just don't laugh at me. Do you know what I mean? It's old age. Dylan Thomas. The force that through the green fuse drives the flower, drives my green age. That blasts the root of the trees is. You know, I'm gonna get the other mask on. Sorry. Where is it? You're in for a treat with this one. It's my old one, I think. Oh no, it's my new one. Gives me the opportunity to wipe the sweat off my eyes. Sweaty eyeballs. It's not good, you know. What are you laughing at, Bob? You're supposed to be the professional one out of the two of us. Oh, blimey. Have you had that, you had them bloody, Hey. Oh, blimey, Bob. Oh, it smells nice. You know what it smells of? Oh, man, it smells of amaretto. That's good. I can kick myself of actually drinking it. I know, I've got a problem, right? It's depression, you know. I know. You see, I'd say put on a happy face, but like, I put on a mask. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being flippant. Anyway, here we go. See? That scared you, didn't it? Oh, it's so much better though. I can see everything now. God, is anybody in? Oh no, we've still got some people in. Hold on. Yeah. It's a good point, that, isn't it? Do you know? You don't get many actors that wear a mask when Right, we'll give it a bit. Is that better now? How's the audio quality in here? Hey, how are my acoustics? Am I projecting? Hey. The force that through the green fuse drives the flower. Do you know? Dylan Thomas, right? You expect him to sound like, oh, the force that through the green fuse drives the flower. It didn't sound like that. He was quite plummy, you know. It shocked me when I heard the original recording. He was like, the force that through the green fuse drives the flower, drives my green age, that blasts the roots of trees is my destroyer, and I am dumb to tell the crooked rose, my youth is bent by the same wintry fever. I ain't going to do it all like that. I'm just... You look it up. He sounds like that. It's weird, isn't it? You know, a Welsh guy. It's very, very theatrical. Yeah, I like it though, to be fair. But I do prefer Richard Burton doing it, but hey, it's no surprise, is there? So, Dylan Thomas, shall try again. The force that through the green fuse drives the flower, drives my green age, that blasts the roots of trees is my destroyer. And I am dumb to tell the crooked rose my youth is bent by the same wintry fever. The force that drives the water through the rocks drives my red blood, that drives the mouthing streams turns mine to wax, and I am dumb to mouth unto my veins how at the mountain spring the same mouth sucks. The hand that whirls the water in the pool stirs the quicksand, that ropes the blowing wind hauls my shroud sail. And I am dumb to tell the hanging man how of my clay is made the hangman's line. The lips of time leach to the fountainhead, love drips and gathers, but the fallen blood shall calm her sores. And I am dumb to tell the weather's wind how time has tipped to heaven round the stars. And I am dumb to tell the lover's tomb how at my sheet goes the same crooked worm. Say, we said this before. I mean, stop yourself out with Deal Thomas. I'm going to give you a not tonight because I'm up against it, but we've got short stories here. Get yourself a copy of your short stories. They're brilliant. They are. It's a bit dark, but I like the dark stuff as well. I said Harold Pinter. Anyway, Double H Jordan, see, Mandy always delivers. If I could tell you, time will say nothing, but I told you so. Time only knows the price we have to pay. If I could tell you, I would let you know. If we should weep when clowns put on their show, if we should stumble when musicians play, time will say nothing, but I told you so. There are no fortunes to be told, although, because I love you more than I can say, if I could tell you, I would let you know. The winds must come from somewhere when they blow. There must be reasons why the leaves decay. Time will say nothing, but I told you so. Perhaps the roses really want to grow. The vision seriously intends to stay. If I could tell you, I would let you know. Suppose all the lions get up and go, and all the brooks and soldiers run away. Will time say nothing, but I told you so? If I could tell you, I would let you know. Now, here's one, right? Robert Frost, the American poet, right? John F. Kennedy loved Robert Frost, his poetry, and the man, actually. He had him at his inaugural ceremony, our idol ceremony. The Road Not Taken. I mean, he's done so many brilliant ones, to be fair, Robert Frost, but, Mandy's only got so much time. The Road Not Taken. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller. Long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay. In leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubled it. If I should ever come back, I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Well, you always at crossroads in life. You got that option, yeah. And you know, your life might seem shitty, but who knows how shittier it could be. See how eloquently I put that after Frost. Hey, shut your fucking mouth, Bob. Right. Oh no, yeah, I think we'll do this one now, just in case Cat has to go. I said we'd do some of the Bible, right? And but this is one. This features in Chariots of Fire. Now we mentioned Chariots of Fire because you know I was a runner. My brother was a runner. Not this one. Not this fat bastard. Not that one down there. He's falling down. My brother was 3A standard. You know, he was trained by a guy. You couldn't make it up. He actually had a limp and a cane. I mean, how brilliant is that? He used to be a runner himself. You know, some renown. But you know, arthritis and all that, shin splints and everything. But he was very good. I mean, I was middle distance, but he was a top-notch sprinter. I suppose anyone knows Paul Davis Ale. He was like an international runner. You were trained by him. We went to, I'm not going to sell the running club, but anyway, I'm always thinking, especially when I'm sober, we did our, we'd have the national cross-country championships, but we ended up, obviously for the track events, you would do like long distance, middle distance, 1500 hurdles, the lot, you know. And we ended up at Crystal Palace. It was quite a big event at the time. And this day, it's Mandy, because we went where some of the international runners and the Olympic runners were training. We had Tessa Sanderson with, you know, with the big sharpened stick, you know what I'm saying, the javelin. And then one of my favourites was Daley Thompson. Do you remember him? Decathlete, wasn't he? Anyway, he was down there like going through all these like exercises with his trainer, and we were annoying kids. Do you know what I'm saying? We've all been there. He's there sweating away. He's probably been there for a good hour, and he's got the pressure of, because being an athlete's terrible pressure, because you can't really go out and on piss. You see, that's why I make up for it these days. You know, you've got to watch what you eat and shut your mouth, Bob. You've got to watch what you eat, no kebabs. And you can't be drinking. You've got to have early nights, and you train every day. I mean, we used to do like 15 mile on a Saturday. No, 50 mile on a Sunday, sorry. And then a race meeting on the Saturday. And then we'd go out every night and we'd do between 5 or 10 miles, depending on what we were doing. So if you're doing a fartlek, that sounds rude, but you know, those in the know. Fartlek, I think Swedish, isn't it? Anyway, you sprint and you stride, sprint and you stride. And we used to do it around the country lanes, and our trainer had his Ford Sierra. See, I'm sure my fucking age now, isn't I? A red Ford Sierra. And he would part up his horn, and we'd all sprint like buggery, and into the darkness, because we'd outrun his headlights. But as soon as we could hear another tractor or combine harvester coming, trying to meet, the guy at the back would go, car, or whatever, and we'd all like run into the hedgerows and hug it, you know, for dear life. Fuck me, what was we talking about? Oh yeah, Daley Thompson. But anyway, so we went over to him, you see, being a bit enamoured because we'd seen him on the telly, and his manager come over and said, no, Mr. Thompson's a bit busy at the moment, so, you know, basically told us to fuck. Well, we didn't hold it against him, no. You know, professional athlete, you get it, don't you? Got nothing to do with this. Well, it has actually. I don't know if you've seen. I mean, I saw it at cinema. Well, you do, don't you? If you're into something and it's that niche, then you go to it because it's a bit of an inspiration, motivation. Now, obviously, don't know. Has anyone seen it? Hey? Shouts of Fire.
It was set in the Olympics, right? And I think I've got this totally wrong last time, but I'll blame it on the booze. Everybody does, don't they? Blame it on the booze. Blame it on the booze. It was 1924, actually. It's Paris Olympics 1924. Let's get that correct. And you got Eric Liddell, Howard Abrahams. I told you about, you know, running on the Sabbath, and he was against his convictions and his beliefs. And it was a big deal, you know, that your nation expects and all that, but they managed to find a way around it. And all the press was slating him, you know. This is what he's got no chance in the 400 metres. That's not his forte. And he had a terrible style, you know. I've watched the old black and white clips of him. And he windmills his arms like this. I mean, it's good for dancing, you know. But it's shit for running. Anyone who's run, you know, knows, you know, you have to keep it streamlined and use your arms to the fore, you know, for balance and everything and momentum and that. But anyway, he didn't do that. He ran like this, like he was swatting flies. You couldn't make it up. But not only did he win the gold medal in the 1924 Olympics in Paris, in an event that wasn't really his event. I think he swapped, didn't he, with Howard Abrams. But anyway, he only went and broke the world record. I mean, if you're going to do it, you know, go the whole way. That's what I say. But I found that very inspiring film, and I was I've got strong faith in those days. You know, visited churches, and I used to like that program Donald Sinden did when he ran around the churches. You know, so don't listen to anything I say. It's wherever you are at the moment. Do you know what I mean? And something's around the corner. Who knows? But I always like this. It's the goosebump moment for me. I won't give it you. Because you need to watch the movie if you haven't seen it, and if you have, you'll know what I mean. They have the music playing, and I mean Ian Charleston, sorry, great actor. He did quite a few things, but not enough. He died quite early. Ian Holm, everybody knows Ian Holm, superb actor and such range. I mean, he did all the classics, but he'd also do, you know, action movies and Alien, obviously. Yeah. Ben Kingsley, he made it quite big in America, I think. Usually plays a baddie, though. But anyway, there you go. So I've given you a bit. He died of a brain tumour. I don't think I made that properly clear. I think I've kind of made people think it was because he was so selfless, and he was selfless. Do you know what I mean? And brave. Because although, well, I'll give you a quick. I'll do the backstory now, shall I? Because I know people have got to go. So he was born in China, and he was sent over to Scotland. Well, I think he was about 5 or something like that. And he was educated there, and he went to university, did really well, and took up athletics, all the rest of it. And but he decided to join the mission in China because obviously his roots were back there, and he was a very giving person and had great faith. And he went there and really became one with people. But when the Japanese invaded, they basically destroyed the mission, the mission compound. They robbed him of everything he'd got. And he did have an option of getting out of China, being a British guy. But, you know, he wanted to stay with the people he'd come to know and love. So he stayed there, and he was interned in the camp. But he did some crazy ass shit, you know. He would like go out on his bicycle and risk getting shot and stuff to smuggle shit in, you know, stuff they needed, medicines and stuff. Very brave guy. And if you see pictures of him, he's really well built. But he actually died. I mean, you know, he wasn't eating. He was giving everything he got to people and his time as well. So he was very ill anyway that way. But he actually died of a brain tumour. And apparently, I mean, he'd got wife and daughters behind, you know, at home. But apparently, the lady that was there, and he inspired a lot of people. I mean, the camp was devastated when he died. He was such a powerhouse figure. And apparently his last word around his bedside was surrender. And not like a soldier would surrender. It would be like, you know what I'm saying. When you've had enough and you've given everything you can and you surrender yourself, don't you? It's a peaceful thing. It's total commitment, isn't it, to you, to his belief? You know where I'm coming from. But anyway, Ian Charleson reads this. I mean, he's got a few little bits through where he talks about how he feels God's love while he's running, like God wants him to do it, But this one he does in the church, and it's from Isaiah chapter 40. You probably know it. I only know it because of the movie, really. But I've loved it ever since. Don't listen to my version, right? It's definitive. Listen to his. Fantastic. Goosebumps. So, text taken from Isaiah chapter 40. Behold, the nations are as a drop in the bucket, and are counted as the small dust in the balance. All nations before him are as nothing. They are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. He bringeth the princes to nothing. He maketh the judges of the earth as a vanity. Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no strength he increaseth might. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. I find that bit really emotional at the end, because like I said before, my mum, she can't walk no more. But there you go. It means different things to different people, doesn't it? But I think it's inspirational anyway, no matter what you're going through, whether you've got a belief or not. It's good, isn't it? But anyway, I thought I'd get that one out of the way. So, lighten the mood. Not really. I mean, I think that has lightened the mood, to be fair. But mate, that's just me. Alan Seeger. Now, Alan Seeger, the American guy, young guy. We were talking about Wilfred Owen, First World War, and he died. Well, Alan Seeger was in the First World War, and he died in the Battle of the Somme. How about that? I mean, so many young lives. Now, you may know this one, because it's one of those things. I don't know if anyone watched the docudrama. It was more of a drama, really. Martin Sheen played John F. Kennedy. Going back a bit again, I go back so far. And the lady that was playing, I forget her name now, but anyway, the lady who was playing his wife, Jacqueline Kennedy. She's there, on the iconic outfit, the pink with the pillbox hat and the purple trim and stained with blood, and she's there, Air Force One, while Lyndon Baines Johnson is being sworn in, because they've got to have a president, because the president's fallen, he's dead. And she's there with him, like that, knowing her husband is in the cargo section of the plane in his casket. I mean, that's got to, how do people even stand up? I suppose it's shock, isn't it? It's just automatic. But she was Catholic, wasn't she? She had great faith. But anyway, she did a good reading of this at the end of the movie. It's like a mini series. It was like a ATV Central or whatever they call it. I think it was Central in those days. it's called I Have a Rendezvous with Death. Now, if you think of it in the context of JFK, obviously assassinated in Dallas, Texas, Dealey Plaza. Now, he knew that it was a hotbed of unrest for him, a very anti Kennedy, and but just the type of the guy he was. He thought, well, I need to go and reach the people, and part of the reason he had an open top car, a limousine. He said, look, I want to be seen. There's no point in having the glass top on it. I want to be seen by the people. And of course, he had that fantastic head of chestnut hair, didn't he? Iconic. Say what you like about John F. Kennedy. A lot's come out, dodgy dealings, but you have to take people in the round, don't you? There's good and bad, and you have to say it that. He did a lot of good as well. A lot inspired a lot of people. The torch has been passed to a new generation and all that. But I think Barack Obama was like that, wasn't he? A lot of people say, well, he didn't achieve much, but Obamacare. But I think as a narrator and a motivator, you can't fault that, can you? And look who we've got now, or they've got now. Good grief. Now, Kat, we shouldn't be getting political. So, anyway, Alan Seeger died at the Battle of the Somme. I have a rendezvous with death at some disputed barricade, when spring comes back with rustling shade and apple blossoms fill the air. I have a rendezvous with death. When spring brings back blue days there, it may be he shall take my hand and lead me into his dark land and close my eyes and quench my breath. It may be I shall pass him still. I have a rendezvous with death on some scarred slope of battered hill, when spring comes round again this year and the first meadow flowers appear. God knows it were better to be deep, pillowed in silk and scented down, where love throbs out in blissful sleep, pulse nigh to pulse and breath to breath, where hushed awakenings are dear. But I've a rendezvous with death at midnight in some flaming town, when spring trips north again this year, and I to my pledged word am true. I shall not fail that rendezvous. See, it just makes you wonder where these guys, what would they have achieved later on? They're only young guys in their 20s. Oh, here we go. All right, we can spare a bit more. Seamus Heaney, I'm a big fan of Seamus Heaney. Now, I tempted you with I told you, didn't I, about the 4-foot box, the coffin. It's another one I never read out all the way, but we'll do it now. Like I say, go on YouTube, find Seamus Heaney reading it, and that's it. That lovely bird, that Irish accent he's got, and he delivers it how it should be delivered. I murder these fuckers. But anyway, do you know what I'm saying? Just check it out. Midterm break. I sat all morning in the college sick bay, counting bells, nailing classes to a close. At 2 o'clock, our neighbours drove me home. In the porch, I met my father, crying. He'd always taken funerals in his stride. And Big Jim Evans saying it was a hard blow. The baby cooed and laughed and rocked the pram when I came in. And I was embarrassed by old men standing up to shake my hand and tell me they were sorry for my trouble. Whispers informed strangers I was the eldest away at school. As my mother held my hand in hers and coughed out angry, tearless sighs, at 10 o'clock the ambulance arrived with the corpse, stanched and bandaged by the nurses. Next morning, I went up into the room. Snowdrops and candles soothed the bedside. I saw him for the first time in 6 weeks, paler now, wearing a poppy bruise on his left temple. He lay in the 4-foot box as in his cot. No gaudy scars, the bumper knocked him clear. A 4-foot box, a foot for every ear. And of course that was his younger brother. Oh, I love this one. This is a happy one, ish. So he's at home when all the others are away, but he's with his mum. And it's called When All the Others Were Away at Mass. And it's like an intimate moment you share, you know, sometimes with your parents. So you don't, maybe your sister, your brother, I don't know. When all the others were away at Mass, I was all hers as we peeled potatoes. They broke the silence, let fall one by one, like solder weeping off the soldering iron. Cold comfort set between us, things to share, gleaming in a bucket of clean water, and again let fall little pleasant splashes from each other's work would bring us to our senses. So when the parish priest, see now it's getting a little bit, see. So when the parish priest at her bedside went hammer and tongs at the prayers for the dying, and some were responding and some crying, I remembered her head bent towards my head, her breath in mine, our fluent dipping knives, never closer, the whole rest of our lives. See, a lament for a much-loved mother, you see. Cool, blimey. I didn't know we'd put them together. It's a bit rough and a bit grim. Okay. I'm going to really lighten the mood, and we're going to do Not Go Gentle into the Good Night. Hey, should we do that one? Just to cheer everybody up. I know how to throw a fucking party, me, you know. You know the backstory of this one. Dylan Thomas wrote it about his dying dad. See, I said I'd cheer everybody up. I mean, I'm the only one sober now, I bet. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage at the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Good men the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learned too late they grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men near death, who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. There you go, how about that one? I mean, it's sad, but, you know, we were saying, weren't we, you know, about Adele and all them, Amy Winehouse. You've got to have a little bit of that pain in your life, haven't you? To create stuff sometimes. And it helps people out. Even if, and not in a preachy way either, even if, you know, you know, they know that they're not the only ones that have experienced it. They're going through it. There's nothing worse, is there? They think you're. Don't look at me like that, Bob. You don't like it when I get too serious. You know what I mean? He's thinking about sub counts now. Do you know what I'm saying, though? It's nice to know there's someone else there, isn't it? Right. I think we're done. Oh, it's a big day tomorrow. A new dawn, a new day. Sad but powerful, yeah, and beautiful. I agree. Yeah, I should have done it before now, but you know what I'm like. Yeah. Well, how long did we do, Kat? I think we did all right, actually. See, I'm getting a bit more disciplined, isn't I, Bob? You see, when I'm pissed, I'd have been going on for another 4 hours. But that's like coming up to 10 to, so I think we need to go. But I shall be back. Hey, tell you something that's good. Well, not good for anyone else, but good for me. Is I got a holiday coming up in right, so not this Friday, but the next Friday, and then a whole week in a row. So yeah, we could do some good shit on it, can't we? Hey, stay up all night. That's a novelty. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'll let you go to your beds. It's been an emotional one tonight, I think. Hey. So, bye-bye. See you next time. Oh, what's that? Hold on, let me just read something. That poem reminds me of Sgl programming. Bye-bye. Hold on, I'm just trying to get the right thing gone. That's it. Are you sure that you want to stop streaming? Oh, I think we do. There we go.